Welcome to Not Our Food Forest Homestead. This is the work Boo did. Very nice permaculture, low input, and there's some fruits. How awesome is that? So yeah, sometimes sure, okay, I'm telling you, but for the most part I don't want to tell you anything. Just showing you, and we're learning together. These are camel thorn trees. In Chimap Mall they really, messed that one up. They all died, even though they tried to build around it and over it. So I'm happy to see these ones are thriving. And this is the result from these trees. Very good feed for the animals. So I've got a dry land permaculture project in mind of my own. I want to plant more of these because they don't need much babysitting. Finally the big moment has arrived, on the way to green and abundant Namibia. Also guys doing a homestead food forest, YouTubers. Quite excited to go meet them. Grant's place was indeed quite nice to see. It really is ground just like this. And there's greenery and trees with food. Very awesome job, Grant. Check out his YouTube channel. Until this plastic is not an issue everywhere, I'm gonna pick up pebbles, and every day is a W3W day until I see an end to W3W, because it's been going on since 1952. Lekker. I'm at Trees for Africa here in Windhoek, and I really want to give this place a shout out. When I see about people talking about nurseries, there's only one name they always mention. But these guys have very nice prices. It's affordable and they have variety. And look at this. They are applying permaculture principles and mulching. It's so awesome. I can hardly believe it myself, but we're back at the homestead. I didn't plan to be away for so long. It is what it is. Anton didn't follow all the instructions to a T, so these bricks are not the way they should have been, but he made some bricks, so yes, thank you Anton, we got bricks here. And in the dark I saw the papayas. They're getting along. Very awesome. First things first, gotta make some coffee. But I want to show you this. I wanted to come get a shower last night, and that didn't happen. We forgot the window open, so the cats had some fun in our shower. Lord, dat dit nice. So yes, always fun in the bush. So we'll catch up with all the things Anton was doing. But he made quite a few bricks. That is very nice. It seems the one cat is walking around and not here. But this little Glebak cat has gotten fat. Can you believe it? Little ball. Hello Gleba. I never got around to planting out the tobacco, and I see something ate it. It's getting really cold, but I don't see any frost damage yet. Oh, Johan, check. They're making shoots there. Quite a few. And this one still doesn't want to persist the culture, but at least we got a few twos. Thanks to you sending us 3 twos. Anton built some of this wall, I see, while we're in my absence. But the nursery is looking alright for the most part. Wow, these avocados are really growing. So yes, even this banana looks alright. Maybe some light frost, but nothing major yet. Let's go check the duck pond. So here we really want to make a plan, and in my absence Anton was digging the outlet hole so that we can clean that dam and all that water come into the swell. Interesting, look at how small these are. Let me go show you the other ones. These ones were planted at the same time, and they're making a little bit of sorghum. Quite tiny though. I was actually on my way to go show you the other sorghum, but first this caught my eye from far away. Look at that, whoa. This whole morning glory is going crazy. How amazing is this? Ah, here the ducks are at the pond early morning. Anton is getting some firewood for us there. I see this pipe wasn't closed nicely. Project for this winter. So the ducks are all 9 still, and I see the cows are drinking water early morning here. I'm sure Boo is very curious to see how this is going. So there's a look for you. And Anton was making fire here to make some heat in the night. This nursery is coming along beautifully. And this one didn't make it. Oh well, it's going on there at the end. So yes, I was dreaming about this thing. It's looking alright. Bit misshapen. But I guess it's time to harvest it. Look how misformed this macatan has become. But this one is looking alright. I guess I'll be able to carry it by myself. In my dream it was so big I needed Anton's help. But it's lekker. Seems we got a little bit of frost damage from before. But there's some foods in the forests. Bell peppers, I think it's called. Here at block 3, I always come to check up on this because this was basically the first ring in the season that I came and just planted a lot of sorghum and peas and stuff. But it's weird, like look at the peas, it didn't perform. So we're at the end of the season for sure. At least this moringa is going on. I wonder if it's because of the clay soil that this is not really growing well, the cowpeas. It wasn't growing well. And this leucaena is beautifully going on. I guess I can take it for the rabbits because the frost is imminent. I thought the first proper frost would have been this morning because yesterday morning in Windhoek was proper first frost. Hey. This long swell here in the front at block 2 and 1, it's looking alright, much bigger than the one at the back. Here and there is some of the cowpeas, but yeah, very late in the season, and I guess the ground is too hard and too much clay for them to grow big. And there's the water tower. I trust all the bases are done by now. Yep, they're done. So now we just gotta make some feet to get the poles out of the ground. And this sorghum caught my eye yesterday. They came along nicely, but not the whole rows. Alright, and these are these two swells here. I'm a bit disappointed with them. I thought in a month's time that they would have been bigger, but at least something grew for the season. This did alright. Just basically a lot of bunny food, which is good. We got a few small bunnies. I see from all the sunflowers we got one. Nice. This Mexican petunia is also full of flowers. I see the moringa is making leaves there. Gleba is on it today. Here's all our trees. This is the window that we left open, but just standing around and waiting for my coffee water to cook. Termites. Yeah. They'd never give you a break, eh? It's also windy. But the termites, they really did a number on my sugarcane. Look at that mess. And I also see this sugarcane here is not as high as it once was. And there's Papa, I see he's walking around now. Free range chickens. Finally, after the summer is over, these moringas finally have leaves. But these bananas are my markers for the frost, because this was usually the things that gets the first frost. And they're looking alright, so it wasn't so bad yet. This nursery is also doing well. All our trees are looking good. Overall, everything is looking very, very fine. Anton did a nice job looking after the garden. So, very happy. And thank you, Anton. This fig has lost some leaves. I guess it got some cold. However, I do suspect some things didn't get as much water as they usually do, because this is the first time that the termites tackled this one. Look at the leaves there on the ground. I can't believe they eat this. Looks like they're gone. Oh yes, and this is where we left off last time. Anton finished up the scamp. So hopefully soon I'll get the wire and then close up this one. I thought my piggies would be here by now. I wonder what's up with them. So for the most part the trees made it fine here. As affordable as they were, especially these pecans were very expensive. About what, $25 each, I think. So I got a nectarine Mayglow, that's for Mekon, and then this is a cool tiger fig. It makes stripes white and green stripes. The apple there for Mr. Monzai. The blackberry didn't make it nicely, but I'm sure it will grow fine. Got a bit of wind damage on the car. Another pecan. There's a almond. It's got the rootstock growing one and then the cutting on it. So it's got two varieties basically. Very happy with that. And we got a kumquat. And we got another type of fig. And that's basically it. But thank you very, very much, especially for Trees of Africa, for having affordable trees and all the coffee monies that contributed towards these trees. Thank you all very, very much. Unfortunately, no progress with the coffees yet, but we got a few dragon fruit cuttings more. I'm gonna let them chill here for a while. They're already quite dry. They were taken long ago, a while ago. Thank you to Ground and other people that gave it. Thank you very much. It's definitely the red ones. Can't wait to get fruit from these. So hard work for today. Anton is finishing up the level here for us. He says he really got to go. Has been working for me too long. So I gotta go see what I can do about sorting out transport and pay and all that. But yeah, boo, there's some progress. Now I gotta bring cement and make a plan with this dam. Gleba might be pregnant if by the looks of it. So Boo made a plan with some second-hand toys. The guy got some cars and the tool to fix it. A nice tiger. Some soldiers there fighting against the genetically modified AI army there. So yeah, I hope he enjoys. The little guy says he's happy. Already testing out the new truck. I want to say especially thank you to Reino for your help the other day with getting these trees. And also Carol, thank you for those coffees. Mekon. And there's a certain Anon 201. Thank you for all the support. We really appreciate it. I've been waiting all day, finally. Little baby bunnies. Anubis loves them. So, next priority. Hopefully we can get the slab done there. And the feet I will do myself in between. See if I can make a time lapse from it or whatever. But so there we are. We skipped the previous full moon. This one is here in the middle. The moon on the homestead. If I recall correctly, the previous one was about there. No, sorry. The previous one was more to the left. The one before that was about here. And now this one is there. From the stoop. Alright. Not a Bush TV, whatever. By now we're all the Laka people, and this guy I think is Laka too. He wouldn't mind me inserting this clip he is saying here.
And making money and energy for the bosses rather than us. I don't know why people work for corporations. Why do they do it? Why are people not more entrepreneurial? Why are there not more family-run businesses? Why are they not working for their friends and family to have a better life that way, rather than giving all their energy for X many hours a day to a big corporation with human resources in which you're just a number? Your call is important to us, they say, don't they? You realise it's not that important at all. The customers are really the last that get any kind of service.
Hey, a meme just for the lekker. For those who know and those who don't know, the police are just part of the fraternal order. This is news overseas. Guys and the police stand off, immigration rights, etc., etc.
Because every time you question a truth, you reclaim a piece of your mind. Let's bring it down to real life. Every day, you're bombarded with messages telling you who to be. Through ads, through influencers, through politicians, through teachers. They tell you how to look, how to speak, how to think. This isn't a glitch, it's the system working exactly as designed. But the moment you begin to see the system, you can begin to subvert it.
I'm going to link Mr. Richard's video in the comments if any are interested to go watch it.
And now, of course, we've got AI coming in, and people are treating it like God, as if it is the new religion. It is, in my opinion, and my opinion is nothing. It's worthless. I don't know why people listen. It's just my humble opinion. I think that this is a mistake, and we're all...
Yeah, AI is a mistake. Be careful with that one. Hello, AI. That's what Google can find me on scientific. It seems 3 March 2024 was the last time for truth, because now it's the entity. Hello, AI again. So, if I may point it out, a long time ago, a while ago, hey, there's coincidentally a picture that makes sense. That's not the square where you fall off. Ha ha. Big jokes, man. Big jokes. Long ago we knew this, and then we're here now. So you want to know where we're going? There. Hello to the multiverse. Those with access to YouTube, check out the posts. There's a video or two hidden in there. And then tough times, I can't plant for everybody. Plant some food where you are. We can't be dependent on just other countries around here. Really, guys.
And the virus comes into your community, the virus will hunt you out. The virus hunts down the unvaccinated.
The virus will find the unvaccinated. That's what they all say.
And it's a virus that will find you if you're not vaccinated.
If you're unvaccinated, it will find you.
The virus is literally finding unvaccinated people.
It will find the unvaccinated.
Funny. Einstein. There's the 121 and the 49. Now, really, thank you to all the Americans for standing strong. Doubt it's a 46, but that 46 means Catholic sacrifice and all that stuff. So, treacherous times for sure. As always, it's always one war against. Yeah, but yeah, just wanted to show this and point this out. All the time while they were manufacturing and making World War One, World War Two, and soon to be sometime whatever the fake World War Three, and we all know World War Three has been since what 1952. Just a joke here. They're gonna have people think they're on Mars, Meanwhile, they're in this, what you call it, virtual reality, matrix suit, bed thing, whatever, connected, probably virtual reality, augmented reality, laka, thinking they all go to space. World War IV, all the time. Einstein didn't know nonsense. We've all been, well, he's been doing World War IV all the time. He knew what he was talking about. World War IV. World War IV. It's a information warfare, a spiritual warfare, a history warfare. And they want to push us all into a racism warfare. So be very wise what you do and think nice. Laka. I'm lazy. Can I have Mr. Tom here speak for a moment for me, please?
About these things, but not really. And when we do, it often feels like whispering in the shadows, afraid to say what we truly feel. And this is why I start to make these videos, to speak about the truth as I saw it. And that's basically how this book was born. Because to be honest, I don't think we have enough books about this topic. I don't think we have enough YouTube videos. I don't think we have enough politicians talking about this problem. So, the core idea of this book is something called wage slavery. Now, it's a strong term, and it's meant to. It describes a condition where a person's life is controlled by their job, where they rely on wages not just for comfort or progress, but for survival, rent, food, insurance, a sense of worth, all tied to employment. Now, historically, this idea is not new. The phrase wage slavery was used by 19th century labor movements, especially in the US and Europe, to describe industrial workers who had no choice but to accept grueling conditions or risk starvation. And in some ways, it was a critique of capitalism itself, the idea that people were free, but in reality had no meaningful freedom when their existence depended entirely on selling their labor.
Problem, reaction, solution. High crime, then you want an EID. Lots of greedy ministers, you want an EID. Next pandemic, read a bit there and zigzag. The most puzzling part for me is how people around here still haven't really woken up to what's going on. Well, it's really disgusting, correct me if I'm wrong, but none of our newspapers reported on the dangers or the side effects or the adverse effects that came later on. None of that, still to today.
Like President Cyril Ramaphosa, who is meeting US President Donald Trump today at noon, US time. And leaks have been put out that Johan Rupert is involved in this meeting or arranging this meeting with President Donald Trump because of their golfing exploits in the past and because they actually know each other. And I've spoken at length about this influence that 4 men have in South Africa's history. The 4 people that actually run the country, not the government. And Johan Rupert is one of those people. But to top him is Harry Oppenheimer's son, Nicky Oppenheimer, who is a member of a committee that runs this world with direction from a council of families that have been running this world now for a very, very long time. So this might make you think, what is your role? And that rise and fall was deliberately created. It was planned for the ANC to come into power, and my father knew of these plans in the 1970s already. And when he learned of these plans, he was shocked. It shocked his political foundations, his political understanding, his political beliefs, and drove what he did for the rest of his life. And it's interesting that Johan Rupert is involved in the meetings that will be happening today in the United States. This is a Mayday call to South Africa from myself. See this as our Mayday. Not just that it's a month of May, the 21st of May, but that South Africa needs you, every individual that watches video, to first share this information I'm going to give you now, and then do something about it. Because if you do not, you will get so many people jumping up all over the place. They don't have the big picture. They don't understand the plans that have been set out decades ago, some of them even centuries ago, and how we can make sure that we remain free in the Southern African region, because many of the things playing out right now is subversion. You are being subverted. You are being fooled. And I warned people about this in 2020 when I toured around this. That was their plan. But that organization ceased to exist. In 1940, a new organization rose up with backing from people with strong ties to Israel. And at the same time, you will see a new group of people emerging with backing, with all the funding necessary to make them strong and independent, the so-called Afrikaners. And you will see that that later formulated into what was known as the apartheid regime. And they greatly worked together, once again, with people with close ties to Israel on many projects. And the United States and Israel have been working together for a very long time. And the Central Intelligence Agency has been front and center in most of these manipulations, because that's what I want to call them. The same as with the release of Nelson Mandela. You will see that the Ruperts and the Oppenheimers were deeply involved in those negotiations and what actually went down. Not politicians, not elected people. And this is something you need to understand. And it'll be no different today when our Mayday call should go out to the world so that people understand that South Africa has been manipulated, conquered, colonized by the British country since it came into known existence, since recorded history. So South Africa is a key place on the global stage, and many people happened then. You will see that there's a much bigger global situation going on, and that the so-called politics that you see in the mainstream media, and this is why you should take the mainstream media with a pinch of salt, and you actually need to understand what is happening behind the scenes. They are perpetrating the lies. In a debriefing on this Exocet missile project, a tape was used to record that meeting at a hotel in Cape Town. After the meeting was adjourned, the tape was still running. A new meeting started, and in that new meeting, Pik Botha, Dennis Warrell, and Chris Younes had a discussion. Those were the three people present. My dad went to collect the tape afterwards, after the meeting had started, and on that tape, that information that was there was life-changing for him. Because Pik Botha, Dennis Warrell, and Chris Younes, and they were from different parties, discussed the rise of the African National Congress. And one of the things that they were talking about, and the fall of the apartheid regime, of course. And one of the things they were talking about is who that leader of the ANC would be. So they had already decided the ANC would be the organization, but they hadn't decided who the leader would be. This was in the 70s, people. It was planned back then. So if you look at these people, who influenced them, the fact that Pik Botha was the foreign affairs minister for so many years, traveled around the world, got to meet with all the people that make decisions, important people, like Rob Hersov said in his last interview with Biz News, that he knows what's going on. He's close to these people. I've warned you about this in the past, and that he would drive a very specific narrative. A Zionist narrative. Now, this is not me being for or against any specific grouping of people or interest group or anything like that. I'm giving you the information, and you can decide what you want to do with that. It will happen that way. It's because it's been planned decades ago. Some of the plans centuries ago. And the South African region is key to those plans. So people, the African National Congress was created by very influential people, not politicians, behind the scenes, built up again. The apartheid government was created and built up behind the scenes by the very same people. The tit for tat, the opposition, the ruler of the day, the ruler of the next day, and the fall of both were planned. It is now the time, 2025 ago, and it will come to being. And that is regime change in South Africa. But not for the good, because it'll be a new form of control. A control that will set South Africa up for a new order being created in the world. A new order where later the hard-fighting people that were created in the African National Congress, the hard-fighting people that were created under the apartheid regime, will all be brought to their knees and to literally crumble the fight in those people, so that international players can keep on looting and pillaging our minerals in South Africa. And whether you agree with any of these international players or not is your own problem. I believe in South Africa. I'm a South African citizen. I'm a South African first. And second, I am a father, I'm a husband that want to look after the interests of my family. And my Mayday call to you is that you need to know that everything happening right now was planned and that there is a solution. And that in South Africa, that solution needs to be for all the people of the country. And it needs to involve changing how we are governed, the governance system, upgrading the constitution of South Africa, because the constitution was written by the same Israeli interest groups that planned the rise and fall of the apartheid regime, that planned the rise and fall of the African National Congress. And they will fall. It is written in the stars. It's written on their foreheads. Cyril Ramaphosa is absolutely without power. He has having people like the EFF, having people like the African National Congress that play identity and race politics is a problem. It's not the solution. It is not the solution. We need a solution for all South Africans. Having a party like the DA that panders to the West and all of their interests in the country is not a solution. We need a strong South African solution. Committee want a one world order, a world where there's no more borders, where man and woman does not exist anymore, where age does not exist anymore, where religion does not exist anymore, except for one religion, one world religion that worships a one world leader. Make no mistake, this is the plan. And to achieve that plan, all strong interest groups in any country needs to be brought to their knees, including the governments of the world, not just South Africa. But here we have an opportunity in South Africa, where we are first facing these challenges to turn things around and actually make South Africa sovereign. Because we are not sovereign. We do not have a government. We do not have a constitution that looks out for our interests. Because the same Israeli lobby groups have made sure that our constitution has all the Trojan horses built into it for ministers they can manipulate to do with our freedom what they want. Control over all the resources that the people of South Africa need to make us weak. It was very important to weaken the people of the country, make them as reliant on government as possible. And this is the ANC has done so well. Try to make the people of South Africa reliant on the government or reliant on products and goods from these four people. If you understand how the people of South Africa is reliant on those four people for everything they do, their political beliefs, the internet that they use, the food that they eat, the mining within South Africa, and you see how the people in the ANC are tied to those people, you'll start seeing the bigger picture. Because it's going to take your freedom away. Because in the end, to me, it's about the freedom of my family. Being able to do what we want to do. Live our lives in a world where you can actually create something, do something, be something, instead of a robot. And at the end, I need to mention robots and artificial intelligence, because it's the means through which people will get the power to create this one world order. And now I'll get a banner underneath this video saying that it's fake news. But in any case,
Lekker. Thank you for explaining that to us all. From the TV screen to the reality. I don't know if you heard it there in the previous clip, but I just set priorities and then my stomach started to grumble and then I had to go make food, and now we are here on the W3W Wednesday sorting out a few things. Just wanted to say Lekker Homestead channel, showing you the reality and the truth of Namibia and the locations around. South Africa, Botswana, Angola, it also affects Namibia, and what affects Namibia affects us. That is just the reality of it, the truth of it. Some people might want to ignore it as much as they want. Here we don't ignore anything. So the comment section will probably be full of links for today. I'll link again the other NFFH Homestead channel. You can go check out, there is a video. It's a funny video, the second video that's uploaded there. It shows on my side 4 views, and when I go on it says 0 views. So I wonder, it's probably only the FBI, CIA and Mossad that has watched that. So I'd like you to go watch that too. And there in the post there is just a lucky Easter egg for you also. Go check it out. Finally back at the homestead just after lunch. Really hungry now. I got 2 rolls of wire for the piggy camp and 1 cubic of stone. Anton also got paid and sorted out and is on his way. I'm quite jealous with him at the moment. He's officially got more money than me. I'm jealous of his salary. It was quite a long time. So for once he got a proper pay. I'm very happy for him. Once again, thank you, Anton. Appreciate all the help and looking after the place. Finally, we got some small bunnies. I wonder where the other two are. Apparently there's 4. So the point with AI was, what I see is how all this corruption and nonsense, it's a part of their agenda and plan to push us to accept AI governance. Connect the dots. You know what? I decided to just stop here for a moment to provide you a free virtual e-tourism video from the bush. Lekker, lekker. The video is only like 10 minutes long, then we watch some bunnies. Welcome to our Namibian Food Forest homestead on the Food Forest Friday. Almost about lunchtime, and finally, well, not really, but almost I have time for this place again. Kivit and Robert is helping me offload cement. Coffees takes about 3 weeks to get to me, so I got a few coffees, thank you very much. So we got cement for the slab of the water tower and some wire for the camp. So on the way to show you something, but here I've been covering this bananas with plastic in the evenings, so they're looking alright. Yes, this camp. While I was away, these guys made a plan here. Still a bit rough on some edges, I see, but basically we're putting the wire a bit down into the ground. That's hopefully sufficient for the pigs to keep them out or in. This is extra wire. I see that I bought one roll extra and we have some left there. That is very great. So this camp is progressing here. This will be the gate. And so, yes, the long plan with all the wire is, so there behind that sunflower, there's the field that is also fenced off. So now we can just connect there somewhere. The plan with this grocery rows is to have it fenced also off sometime, because yeah, you can't be planting nice fruits and vegetables with all the natural predators and pests that we have around. I see and hear the porcupines are already starting to make trouble and damage for the winter. So yes, the plan is to have the whole place camped off as time progresses, and to have different camps for different animals, to manage the sheep, etc. Little mistakes always cost a lot of money. So we nicked the pipe here. I see it's leaking still a bit. But so that's what, about $1, $1, $1, $1, plus the 2 fittings. Okay, that's also a US dollar. So that's very freaking expensive in my opinion. just to fix a pipe. But it is what it is. And since Anton left and I've been a bit busy and away, I had the other afternoon a bit of time for the most important things, but yeah, some of the plants are struggling and suffering from a bit of neglect, so we'll sort it out today, all the plants that needs watering. They are few and far between, so I quickly wanted to show you. We do have sunflowers that self-seed themselves, and that's the only sunflowers that really performs. The ones that we intentionally planted, we don't see them. But these self-seeders, they grow very nice. It's not much, but before the prices go up, we got some extra cement. It seems the cement companies in Namibia are having some issues. So back to fences. The chickens like to do this and lay there under the trees and destroy all the plants around. So when planting out new trees, it would be important to place some stones around. Things that I actually know it's just some effort, but the chickens, and it got some drought, it seems, the old one. So I had to replant here one for us. Johan, sorry man. But hopefully that one will be fine. I just replanted it now because this is such a lacquer spot. A cashew must do well there. So we'll give that one a chance and see how it goes. I don't see any pests here at the tobacco. I have a strong suspicion it's either the ducks or the chickens. But here I have another strong suspicion. This mulberry is dead. I missed it the other day. I think it might have missed a watering or two. But I trust it will grow. We'll see. And some things here, maybe like that. But for the most part, everything is growing. Oh, so I also planted out some cuttings of the dragon fruit. Having little duck ponds here and there is lovely for the ducks especially, but that's a lot of work. Especially on a Food Forest Friday, I think about automation. You know what works very well? A cheap China tap that's always leaking, keeping it full. Lekker, lekker. Hey, it's lekker to automate things. This banana had to get out of the pot or move, so it was a good idea to just put it here. I trust it will be protected from most of the winter. So if we put the fence in here with a gate, it's sorted out and a big chunk is done. Now this takes a big chunk out of the day, but they gotta get water. Hey. Thinking on the plan here, from that water tower to here, I think to run a new proper big line just along here. One or two plants will have to move, unfortunately, but for the most part this is anyways a road and water catchment area, so a new proper pipeline. To get to the groceries here at the back. They automate that. So from this line then it should be easy to install drip lines for the 3 rows that's running here. Good news, everybody. If all goes well, we have the first volunteer. We need to move this road so that the grocery rows can be much longer. That kind of wants to come work here, but more on their own terms. They have their own food. They don't require money to be paid for their hours, and they are willing to put in some hours. So we're gonna see what gets done. People prefer to reply via email and not comment on the videos. That's fine by me. I'm just not always quick on it. Is it worth my time to go find a clip from Homer Simpson saying "arr" for some lettuce on a burger? A quick look behind the scenes. This is where I always propagate some Turkish fig, what is it called? Some cactuses and stuff. Multiple cacti, don't learn wrong from me. So while having to move this pipe, the cactuses then go to places like the swales outside when they get going. One chicken is gone. I don't see any signs of it. Might be a jackal. Just some of the African wildlife. The lunchtime details. Picking up all the little pieces before they get into a car tire, etc. And plastic. Oh. Shall we say Food Forest Friday? I got a makatan here. So let's see. We're gonna call this what? Play bunnies. It's mostly just that one that's used to me. The other ones are a bit anxious. So since it's lunchtime and I'm a bit bored, we're gonna see what the bunnies do. Thank you for watching and have a great day, and thank you for all the support. Laka laka. We need at least one for a pet. Don't you think? I don't know how Anton got block 4 done in one day when it usually takes 2 or 3 days. But today, the 14th, I want to show you. It's a cloudy day here on our Namibian food forest homestead. It even smelled like rain early morning. Now, it never really rained during the winter. Just once in a while. I heard it actually rained a lot in Windhoek today. Me and Pocket Bunny are watering the garden here at Block 5 and checking up on the nursery here. Lemongrass. The bunnies love it. And it's so easy to propagate. So you just cut that part off, plant it again. So for my first volunteer, I'm gonna plant this one, give it to him for free. I see it cost $80 in the city. So there's a lemongrass. So Anton, I really wanted to make the time to drop him off at his home and give him some advice and assistance there. But every time he's having something that's more pressing, and so he likes to zula with the taxis around and go on his own time and not wait for me when I have a lift for him. So Anton, I wanted to also give you plants and show you there at your house. But I think you also get the idea very well with swells and stuff. Look how nice this lemongrass grows. And so they can handle the light frosts that we get in Namibia. And it's a good plant to change the soil. It's quite windy today. Just look at how this one is enjoying the weekend. The ducks tell me something is up for sure. They didn't want to go to their cage last night. And they just flew over here like wild dogs. And some are even behind the fence. Crazy. So, a plan needs to be made with a jackal. Hey, Dano at FFN, Food Forest Namibia. I think it's this ridge that you are looking for. It's very common. Just check the ditches along the roads or so. There in the back roads of the town. You'll be sure to find some. It grows everywhere. Yes, Steve. I got confirmation here on the ground. The bush TVs, they've been lighting a fire and spreading like an African wildfire. Results here on the ground. Hey, check this now. Supposedly it's very poisonous, so be careful. Be very careful. But it's also very poisonous to cancer. So if you see this, you know I'm alive. If it tastes like medicine, it might be, eh? Then the plants, it might be good. It could save your life one day. Like, can I say, as long as I see termites here in close proximity, The chickens aren't getting any food anymore from me. Very important to remember always. Keep it there, everything. Keep the ground covered as long and as much as possible. It's good, it keeps the water in the ground. Plant more things. The more things grow together, the better they grow. Forget being told that everything must be clean. It must not be. They will die. I kid you not, right here at the gate, some workers. Just goes to show how strong and what a weed it is. So now, what? It's illegal in Namibia. So I gotta kill it. Shame. Don't want to kill on this day. Charlie. Reports here on the ground is freaking hilarious. They ask people, what's a bush TV? Nobody knows about it. Of course, most. That is normal. Do not freak out. The others, they know. A bush TV is just the fire. So, they have no idea. Laka. First, we sort out food, and then they can't control us with food. Namibians, pepino melons, they grow alright for the most part. Seems easy. And remember what I pointed out? Ideas are more powerful than bullets. Alright, that looks sufficient and like it could work. 300i, backfill here. Cast it full concrete and backfill around. So, just a bunch of bricks to bring more. A few local guys says they like apples. Guys, it grows very well here and it likes the cold. So, you can plant it there where the cold is the worst in your area. And they actually can be germinated from seed if you have some time and some persisticulture. So, yeah. These three, they don't eat their mice because they get lack of food. So bad. So, what do we export here? For now, like a documentation, education, sharing knowledge, teaching, showing for free. Let's spread those bush TVs. Let it burn. There is only one enemy. This would be like the newest book or Bible they'd like to really burn and delete off the internet. Really, when this is in front of your eyes, the big question shouldn't be where it comes from or what the source is. Read the freaking document. Test all things for yourself. So if you don't know and you haven't, check it out if you can find it. And now this is some good old reliable transport. I've been working hard. And the car's got a radio. Laka. Taranawa choka is lekker for the garden. Make that biochar for yourself there when you have wood to spare. Oh, let it go. The anti-Greta dust. Let it blow. A bit of bush TV. How much wood can you carry? How heavy do you want your bush TVs to be? That's a lot of heavy bush TV. Nice work. Thank you. And thank you for all the coffees. Lekker, lekker. So, before there's some mandates and stuff in place, and I can't say what I want to say anymore, there's a few things I see that I'd like to show you and talk about. That there on the screen is nothing. You should know about smart dust. It's really, can't even see it. So, yeah, the Bilderbergs are having a meeting. They tell you their agenda. And keep in mind, this year only had one Friday the 13th, which was lekker lekker.
Created our monetary system. This mostly comes down to the Knights Templars, whose involvement in banking stemmed from their role as official guardians of pilgrims en route to the Holy Land. To protect pilgrims from robbery, the Templars devised a system where pilgrims could deposit money at a Templar preceptory before departing and then withdraw funds at various Templar-affiliated locations along their journey to Jerusalem. Instead of carrying gold and provisions, pilgrims deposited money and received an encoded chit, a piece of paper and ciphered information about their deposit. This system gave rise to the word check in English and French. In fact, the word check came from the checkerboard cloth which Templar merchants and bankers used to square their accounts, to quote, check their assets and liabilities. Their banking system evolved into something akin to fractional reserve lending. As the Templars' powers grew, rumors circulated about the Templars' secret wealth, and accusations of idol worship and pacts with the devil further fueled animosity. Ultimately, King Philip IV of France had the Templars arrested, and under torture, some confessed to blasphemous acts and idol worship of a head called Baphomet. Some Templars further confessed that worshipping this demon brought them wealth, claiming that the head prophesied to them and granted them wisdom, made them rich, and, quote, caused the land to germinate. Our entire banking system seemed to be derived from communication received by this demon Baphomet. The Templars were officially disbanded by the Pope on October 13th, 1307, and this is the reason why Friday the 13th is so infamous. Despite their downfall, the Templars' legacy lived on through the banking practices they pioneered, which laid...
You want to talk hate in an engineered society? Your hate should be directed straight towards the New World Order.
I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species, from another planet, outside in the universe. We'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly
To forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
This one is just a meme I found. At this meeting they had They actually had this scenario they're discussing, the post-truth for new ones tuning in. You might want to rather start at the trailer and binge all of it to understand better, or, well, for those catching on, the important ones are those to watch. So far, I reckon. Have fun. From there to the strawberry moon, shall we mark them like this? Important one to watch. Catch up. Get the bigger picture. Lekker, lekker. Hey, the white rabbit. Follow it. Voice over reason. This one's name is gonna be Pocket Bunny. I literally had a guy that... You catch a pocket bunny? Begged me for meat. He would do anything for meat. Like, never mind all the other sugar and cooking oil and whatever he has. Dude, pocket bunny, get yourself one. It eats grass and then you have meat. Statistics say a lot of people like to watch horror and things like Dexter, Squid Games, It Show. What is that one show? Utopia. So, the White Rabbit, all the Bush TVs, copied on a SD card. Lols, just joking with you. I know we're from the future. We're using this thing to store data. You'll find that inside the White Rabbit. And it's in that White Rabbit. Do you want to see the gruesome operation live? No, we can't see it. That's too gory for YouTube. We're gonna set it free. Go, 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 my White Rabbit. Good luck chasing the White Rabbit. And if you come across a White Rabbit and you really need it for meat, just check. Maybe there's something inside it. Lols. Oh, the horror. That White Rabbit has an SD card inside with all the Bush TVs. You see, YouTube, what you make us do when you are deleting videos. Give their likes up. Ariman, you see, one time, if one culture fall, we all fall now. Bye, Bunny. Look, it's done. The White Rabbit of Utopia. Black Mirror episode, Pocket Bunny. Have you heard about the White Rabbit? Of all the conspiracy theories? This White Rabbit. YouTube has been censoring me. 14 June. Pocket Bunny. We got the No Kings Day protest at supposedly 1,500 places in the US and a lot of other things. Hey, you want to follow the White Rabbit? Pocket Bunny knows it all. So, some are wondering why would one be so crazy to make a new country, etc., etc. Well, it's all from understanding sovereignty. Now, these lying scumbag media in our country, I can't get a clear answer on the internet whether or not they signed the WHO treaty the other day. But whatever they signed, I succeed from that because I, for one, do not agree with any of their treaties. So, if you know what is up, we got a new Pocket Bunny. Signing out from Radio Bush TV. Laka laka. It's going to be a lekker day, for sure. Please give there a thumbs up on our Namibian Food Forest homestead. Jolly, jolly. Here on the ground, permaculture. They're going to capture all the shower water from their hot water machine there, and gonna plant some bananas and sugarcane. So, if you know what is up, we got a new pocket bunny. We got some assistance here at the camp. Now just waiting for piggies. I didn't expect to get help, but these guys are helping me remove that poles there before that thing falls in imminently. And the living roof ain't so living anymore now that it's winter. Hopefully next year here will grow even more grass. Hey, it is a living roof. Word has been spreading too fast. Now guys, 8 years, well at least 5 years, it takes about 5 years, then you get food from your garden. So I'll only have free food in about 5 years. So you know, the point is you might as well just start planting where you are. You get it, comprende, lekker lekker. But yeah, for the volunteers, I'm making a plan here and I appreciate it very much. And that's how we grow the future. And by now you should know the drill. It's not about I heard. No. You gotta watch the Bush TVs and at least come and tell me about event 201. Lekker lekker. The camp is closed off nicely and I trust it's gonna work. Piggies, where are you? Come. I see I can't make the time lapses any faster, so this one is about 2 minutes something. The guys are just sorting out there some bricks. I don't have the time waiting for piggies. I made another plan. I have a few sheep. They are still small lambs, but at least they don't know the area, so they will hopefully not walk away, because my previous sheep walked away all the time, and then you know it all got chaos, and then the sheep anyways just like walked away. Lekker. So yeah, sheep in the camp. Gotta make a plan with water and maybe a little roof. We'll see how that goes, but we have other plans also for this day. And a few other things that I'm going to tell you and share with you. Sharing is caring, and hope you are having a great day wherever you're watching this from. Correction, not my sheep. I barely own anything yet. That's actually Boo's. I guess the joke here with the apps and the time lapse and all that things is, no matter how fast I want these guys to work here on screen, I can't even make it go faster. Now on YouTube we can't speak freely. I'm gonna just say there's this one channel. It's probably for all of you. It's called Teen Delete Yourselves. Don't do that. Be lekker. They ask we must plant an oak tree. Now we don't have trees. I doubt I'll find an oak tree here. So we're gonna plant a baobab. It's edible. It grows many years. Thank you very much for all the subscribers and all the support and everything. Thank you very much. So it's backfilled. Now I gotta come sort out the level here. The bases aren't exactly the same level on top. And then hopefully there's time for some concrete. I told somebody a funny story, and yeah, let me tell it to you. So there in the city the other day, there's these machines that you pay for a parking ticket. Now then next to the machine is a guy standing, like a security guard. But so when something is wrong with that machine, or it's not taking your money, or if something is not working, then there's very little that that guy can do. So the reality for me was just like, there's a man and a machine standing next to each other, and no one is really working. Like this tree, it's been here for, wow, a long time, many years, but it's coming along. Hey man, it's very lekker. That's how we fight the New World Order. One base at a time. We're also getting a bit of sand. Boo is very ecstatic. You'll see what we're gonna do. Time and opportunity has led us to this big moment. The duck dam is getting attention. My winter thermometer here in the garden, I see they've caught some light frost. Permaculture, permanent culture, persisticulture, repurpose a culture. This broken wall, making a mini frost wall here in the meantime. Repurpose that. Hey, if you snap lekker. I see a lot of people snap it the easy way. Now there's a better way. So when you snap, remember, this is a society that's engineered to make you snap. A lot of people know that. It might be news to you. So don't snap. Just be lekker and snap back. Okay. Getting the big picture is not easy. I saw somewhere in a town on a paper at some time somebody wrote last cup and bow. Easy as that. So June 16th, it's a day that people got thrown into a concentration camp by this evil freaking scum. So before they throw us all into another camp with another scam, these are mupani trees. They don't grow naturally. You don't find them here. But I know somewhere is a little forest that those people planted, and it's actually doing very well. So for those teens, let me just keep it shorter, then I can't get too many triggers there. We're gonna plant panis. They get old, it's good wood, very strong, and they can grow here. Good place to be would be here. There's the swell giving water. We're gonna run a drip line here somewhere. So just here. Before I forget, it's like a cloudy day. Sure, the AI can see that anyways in the background. So a big one. Yes, two. Never alone. There's two. This is something else. It's more of a shrub. No idea what it's called. But why am I planting in the winter? Because I've learned enough that I can make some plans here and be very fairly certain they will survive and they will be okay here. Repurpose some of that, repurpose wall parts and put them here for some winter protection and catching the sun, so on and so on. While the guys are busy there with the duck pond, duck dam, those who knows concrete knows how it goes. It is the hurry up game to throw the concrete quickly and all at once, as fast as you can. And then it is a little bit of wait to finish it off, and you gotta know how to wait, and you gotta wait long enough. And then you hurry up to finish it, and then you wait again. And in my case, if I take this off while the concrete is wet, I'll have a much easier time getting them off. And yeah, lekker. So my work is set in stone. I gotta hurry up with this. It's starting to look very neat, but I gotta go check up there. I got a sneaky suspicion those guys are done. No, I can't say what that is, but that feeling, you know, feelings, they are done indeed. Looking good. Now I gotta time it just right and put water in here. YouTube has indeed been playing with me. Quite funny. So now we're gonna play back. This living fence is coming along beautifully. You see, I thought I was just making silly little videos for you for some entertainment and documentation and whatever not. But yeah, YouTube playing with was too powerful for YouTube to handle. Somewhere in Abushtvday, I said something about a Lahaina laser, and somebody asked me what I was talking about. Yeah, they've been hiding so much from us. But yeah, basically it's a town that it seems what they did is use the energy weapon. And even in the news before the time, they were talking about the blue roofs and blue roofs and blue roofs. And so everybody that had a blue roof, it seems the laser, well, everything that was blue, the laser didn't burn, if you don't know about it. There should be stuff on the internet, if it even exists by now. Yo, quit cutting my art. Here today on the Blue Monday at Banilon Towerkies. I need to sort out the water today. They need a refill and a cleanup. And I saw something, not sure if it was a small bunny. I was very brave and stuck my arm in there. So up to there about is the tunnel going, and I can't reach further. Need one of those like a little CIA drones that I can send in and check what's going on there. And these guys are naughty, don't want to come to the cage at night, so they're having a cage day. Anubis is on a mission tonight. Now I know the real one. His knees is just being chopped off at every step it takes. Doesn't want us to know. It's us versus, and the machine wants to control and tell the controllers how to do it. So really let it burn, let those push TVs burn. So what you want push to nuke? TVs is fun entertainment, can't be nuking that stuff. So for the algorithm trying to figure this out, this is a channel for everybody. It's just a lot of number 2 and number 3. Come, do something. Yeah, so what they show me is that they started the World War III here for us all. How you protest, be wise and check it out before. And what's with all the burning, what you want to burn down is making you very angry. Like, maybe tie him up and sit him down and let him watch a Bush TV, okay? And for those doing it for the pay, like, man, you stupid. Just give it up. Now I see in the news they try to distract you guys with some news of lions roaring. This, yeah, so always like in the bush, sometimes you see some lions. Always gotta be vigilant. All this division is, part of the plan. So you plant it together, then you don't struggle so much. And like, what's it called? The land of the. So.
They were very mechanistic in their thinking.
The definition was clear.
Technocracy is the science of social engineering, the scientific operation of the entire social mechanism to produce and distribute goods and services to the entire population.
The movement was short-lived.
So, alright, who am I? I'm just a regular fellow human being that's been pushed to the limit, fed up, and all of that. So, do you see this? And are they ready for what's coming there? And do you want this to be check? Permaculture, we sort it out that way, easy. Permaculture is easy, it's like a cheat code to life. And really important too, I hope you do have the time to pause and watch and read every once in a while and just think. It seems the news want to distract us by thinking digital CBDC currency is coming in 2026. No, they're already rolling out. It's much quicker. So those that know, it's time to zigzag. Well, finishing up this video, seeing some good news from a few sources. A lot of people are getting it. So by this time you're getting it too. Thank you. The more political parties, the more divided we are. It's not gonna work. You want that? And for now, check them in big games. So, hush, plant plants, plant more food, permaculture, lekker. If all the crime and nonsense that's going on here continues, they will just simply roll out these things. So be wise and grow food, let it be good. I like a permaculture meme. So if you get to see this, please give it a thumbs up and share if you care. Lekker. Have a good day.